And everybody, it's Bad Brad. And, man, I was, after the video I posted this morning, and, I can tell I've got my backwards ball cap on. We just went for a family walk, and, we'll see even who's on right now. But I'm coming on now because, once again, man, I'm just really inspired by everybody that tunes into this channel. And man, I just had a guy just leave a heartfelt message. And I'm not gonna name names, but man, this is important. This YouTube channel is important, man, because there's a lot of us, man, who dedicated our lives to music, to playing music, to trying to get somewhere with our career, or just do the thing we love. And the reality is, man, sometimes things don't always work out the way we want. Leslie, Merry Christmas. And so that's why I'm here live now, to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Low Life, it's great to have you here. Yeah, it's like afternoon in the U.S. right now. Merry Christmas, everybody. I just wanted to come on, Alicia. Merry Christmas. Yes, thank you, man. It's important. Gib, Les Paul, it's important that we have this community and this camaraderie. And so, I'm coming on here. Like I said, I'm ragged. We just went for a couple of mile walk. Merry Christmas from the deep South. Right on, Cat Daddy. This is just, it's important to have, people that you can talk to. And so, Merry Christmas, Spencer. I just told my wife, I said, you know what? I read her that comment, and she says, Merry Christmas, Jerry. It's just important that we have this. And so, we've got to go meet some family a little bit later, and go have something to eat. And so it might be late by the time that's all finished, and all that. So I said, you know what? I'll come on now. And this is a place where we can all, wish each other a Merry Christmas, and chat and talk and hang out for a little bit. And man, it's what it's all about. Dude, Merry Christmas, Max. Merry Christmas. I'm in my 70s, got lots of guitars. I hear, so I don't feel like I'm too much of a hedonist trying to give some to glad. Yes, I'm trying to give back through this channel, Jimmy. Because man, there's a lot of us out there, man, and things could have ended up completely different for me than where it is right now. I had many a Christmases where I didn't have a place to go, or was invited anywhere to eat anything. And we're musicians. Everybody assumes we're wild. Everybody assumes we're not usually invited as house guests, because we have lived a different life than everybody else, and a lot of people can't relate. And so this is important, man. I finally found something important to do with my life, rather than ripping solos and having a good time and partying. This is the most important work that I've ever done. And getting to spend time with everybody that tunes into this channel, man, we got a lot to be thankful for, man. For one, we got each other, man. We found this unique group of people, and together, man, we're helping getting through these later years, and not just surviving but thriving. And the beauty of Christmas is giving back. And so, I'm here, man, in my ragged shirt and ball cap, and a can of sparkling water. Man, I wouldn't have it any other way. Just being here, getting to hang with you guys. And it's delicious. Dr. Dragon, Merry Christmas. You're getting ready for he says he's getting ready for the alien invasion. Aren't we all, right? Um, let's see. What's for dinner? James, we're going to a Cuban restaurant for dinner. So yeah, zero calories. That's the beauty of these things, man. Merry Christmas, Terry. Yeah, we're gonna go have some Cuban food later. Way to go. Thank you. We can't find something to be grateful for. Yes, Jimmy. We've all got something to be grateful for. And SV, thank you. SV, gave me a donation this morning. And I know people, greetings from Finland. All right, Alexi. Yes. Great to have you here. You're cooking steak. Right on. Now, here's the thing, man. It really doesn't matter. Like, some years, man, you have an amazing feast, and some years, oh, James, you're getting the Soldado Astro. Well, that's that's an incredible Christmas. Yeah, Cuban sandwich, Jimmy. Oh no, wavelength. Yeah, we're going to the Columbia restaurant, and that they claim that they're the original Cuban sandwich, and it's the greatest sandwich in the world. I have been there and I've had it. It's a pretty dang good sandwich. So, but they have an amazing salad too. I might, who knows? Maybe I'll get both. You love the Soldano Astro. Had two or three. You wish you hadn't have sold. Jimmy, I'm with you. I wish I still had my old Les Paul Custom. That's the one guitar if I could buy anything today, I'd find me a good Les Paul Custom that didn't weigh 100 pounds. And that would be there. I would get that. Thankful for my guitar journey. Fun has always been learning. Yeah, you never figure it out completely, man. Merry Christmas, bud. Do you wear that clock hanging on your guitars like Flavor Flav? Yes, I do. No, I don't. I found that with unpacking some stuff. We still haven't completely unpacked everything. And I found that in a bin, and I had it hanging in the house. I like to know what time it is, but I keep that there. I can look at the screen on the phone, and I can tell what time it is. So some of these mornings, it'll give me an idea how much time I have left to work. Hello, Merry Christmas, Andrezel. Merry Christmas from Holland. That is amazing. Thank you, Leah. Merry Christmas. Yes, I think, man. Look, it doesn't matter if you're having a bologna sandwich today, or you're having steak, or you're having turkey and a big family thing, or whatever. Man, we've all got a lot to be thankful for. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Scott and I can't pronounce Crepige and Roger. Please forgive me if I can't pronounce some of these. Seems like a lot of people in Europe are probably celebrating Christmas right now. My neighbor gave me a Fender Tele for Christmas. That is amazing, Spencer. Wasn't expecting that. That is amazing. What kind of Tele did you get? Right on. Merry Xmas from Brad to badbrad. Yes, yes, indeed. If you can get your hands on one in the States, try a Tokai Les Paul. Yeah, those are great. Those are great, Low Life. And so are the Orville and the Greco Les Pauls. And man, there's so many good guitars out there, dude. Japanese craftsmanship is amazing. How did you get over stage fright, or do you really ever get over it, Keith? It turns from stage fright into adrenaline. Eventually, it just becomes adrenaline, and you use that adrenaline to get in your show. Paul, glad to have you here, buddy. I'm just coming on now just to spend, wish everybody Merry Christmas, and get to hang with everybody, man. This is like fun. Yeah, confidence can destroy stage fright. Definitely can. But I don't think you ever want to lose every bit of stage fright. You don't want to be so confident that you don't get that rush. You want that rush of adrenaline if you're going to get on stage, because it helps. It helps. Patent number on the headstock says Telecaster. Okay. What color is it, Spencer? Excitement isn't fear. Yeah. Yeah, lose the fear, but keep the energy, keep the adrenaline. I would say that would be my thing. Found an old video of your band Shock live in LA. I was hanging with a friend at Roger Cotter's here in town, and we watched it. Right on. Yeah, it's on my channel, right? Right, Schmidt? It's the one on my channel? Right on, Schmidt. So, man, that's all this is. This is just a little hang sunburst with a tortoiseshell pickguard. Oh, that sounds beautiful, Spencer. Shock House energy drink. That's, you know what? When they told us we couldn't call the band Shock anymore, we should have just called the band Shock House because everybody knew the Shock House. And so, we tried to say, well, we're not Shock, we're shocking the night and day horns, but that they didn't buy that because they would still you want a gig, get the wig. Exactly, Paul. Mexi Player 2 HSS Strat a month ago. Have you tried one? Yeah, those are great, man. The factories in Mexico are making incredible guitars now. All the Charvels are made in Mexico. Most of the EVHs are made in Mexico, and I've had some that were amazing quality. So, man, those are great guitars. But man, I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful that I can turn this on and have this camaraderie with everybody and get to spend time with everybody. Yeah, HSH is another look. If y'all want to talk guitars and strats, um, the an HSH strat, which is humbucker single coil humbucker, those are better to my ears for jazz. The humbucker in the neck position gets a better jazz tone, and then the HSS are better for like a general Swiss Army knife kind of strat rock and roll guitar. So that's been my experience. Let me know what you guys think. I like the SSH would probably be my first choice, but having that humbucker in the neck is great if the band leader calls some jazz in the first set. It sounds thicker. So a Fender neck pickup, a single coil sounds a little twangier, but that's just my 2 cents on that. Man, I'm super thankful to have everybody here, and get to hang with you guys and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And, let's get the thumbs up. I don't know how long I'll be able to hang today before the wife says, okay, you got to go get dressed. I'll have to clean up. What do they say? He cleans up well. I clean up pretty good. So, Merry Christmas, Mark. Glad to have you here, brother. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Toronto, Canada, right on. Uh, Cardona, Big D, brother. I'm here for you, brother. I'm here for you, man. Thankful that you're here. See more people complaining about AI copywriting their music on YouTube. Man, Bo, I'm hearing about this, but I need to dig more on this. I need to find out more on this because I don't know what's going on. It just seems so easy for people to take your stuff. You know, it's like I've had some instances where friends have taken tracks that we played on together, and I didn't mind that they did that, but I know how easy it was for them to just strip the music off and then do with it what they want to do with it. So yeah, it's crazy, man. And that's why this channel is going to do really well, because they say 2025. Somebody was saying these are like grandpa videos because they're just real non-edited. I mean, essentially what I'm doing now is what I do when I shoot my videos, except now I'm live and I can talk to you guys. LP traditional like yours, same color, bought around 5 years ago. I wanted one new one to pass down. Those are great guitars, man. They're great, Scott. They are great. I love mine, and I wish I could play it 24 hours a day. But yeah, man, I'm just super thankful to be here with you guys. Is that a pic of you during your Sunset Strip days back? That That is Edward Van Halen, man. I don't, I have some flyers up. You see that little orange thing right there? That's a flyer from back in the day. And there's a little blue flyer that I stuck in the struts photo. Those are some old pics from back in the day. I don't have any giant blown up pics. That might be humorous, but yeah, don't have that. Did you invest in any Hawk Tua coin? I did not, Bo. I did not invest in the Hawk Tua. Man, what a mess that is. What a mess. We need some 80s strip stories. Low life. Man, strip stories. I don't know, man. It's like rattling my brain on Christmas. That's almost sacrilegious. You made 200K on Bitcoin this year? Well, William, you're more than welcome to make a donation on Super Chat, brother. If you made 200K, that's a lot more than I'm gonna make. That's I'm in poverty level doing this channel at this point. But I have confidence that things will get better. And so yeah, man, congratulations. I've got a small amount of that stuff. Begged everyone to know to invest in Bitcoin years ago. Bo, I wish I had known you several years ago. I wish I had known you and wish you had told me that. Now, I had bought back when Bitcoin was around 36,000 or maybe it was around 50,000. I bought some, but a minute amount, like a percentage. And I think I put like 1,500 bucks in it. And I think I got it up to where I made like 3,000 bucks. And then there was a tweet that blew Bitcoin out of the water, and all of a sudden it started sinking. And my wife said, "Sell it, sell it, sell it." So I sold it, and so I have very minute amount of Bitcoin. I have a decent amount of Doge and Shiba Inu. I think I have a lot of that, but those are minor players. Yeah, I wish I'd had it when it was 20 bucks a coin. Bitcoin is going to a million. You can still make money on it. It just might. Yeah, it just might. I'm hoping the Dogecoin and the Shiba Inu. Hello. Yes, Pedro, I am back, sir, and I'm here to celebrate Christmas with everybody, man. Because this is an important thing. This is an important thing. Having this camaraderie, everybody can. He cashed out at 13,000. Wow, wave. Very cool. I'm hoping Dogecoin goes nuts. If Scott, how you doing, brother? Memphis, Tennessee is in the house. Put his Bitcoin in Celsius. They filed for bankruptcy. Oh man, that is terrible. That is terrible. Man, you got to be careful with all that stuff. I want to hear about the scallop neck too. Scallop necks. I had one for a while. It's weird, dude. I don't think it necessarily makes you fast. I think it maybe is good for vibrato and stuff. But imagine, I like to feel the wood rubbing under the strings. So I don't. I have no interest in a scallop neck. I'd take a Ingve Strat if somebody gave me one, but yeah, your fingers don't touch wood on a scallop neck. Yeah, I think scalloping the upper frets might be cool, but not the whole thing, man. The Ingve Strat is just like literally they scooped out huge chunks of wood. I had one for a while, man. It's not for me. That Ingve thing was I mean, I guess Pedro, but I don't know. I mean, Ingve uses eights. He uses super light gauge strings. Um, I'd rather have jumbo frets. I do like jumbo frets. Most guitars don't have jumbo frets. Your EVH guitar is very heavy. Some of them are. Yeah, if you get a super jumbo fret, it's a similar thing. But here's the thing, man. you got to not press down too hard on the strings, or your guitar is going to go sharp. Your notes are going to go sharp. So I think the trick with the trick with scallop guitars is you've got to play with a very light touch. You got to play very. I notice Yngwie plays with a very light touch. He's got that wide vibrato, but he uses very light gauge strings. So yeah, it allows you to have a massive vibrato. Yeah, and that's part of Yngwie's sound. But I'm not playing neoclassical guitar, so for me, I don't really need it. Ah, no calorie um, solution. So 62 people in here, man. It's Christmas. Let's get the thumbs up. And we're just having a little hang, man. I think the Ibanez Prestige guitars are perfect for every style. They are great. I got one over here, Bo. Where is this? Grab this. Is this a? This is a. I think this is a premium. Yeah, this is a premium. And this was my gig guitar in Nashville. Towards the end of my time in Nashville, very un-Nashville guitar. For the type of gigs I was doing, it didn't matter. Nobody was judging me. So I was playing this because this was like $1,000, which is relatively inexpensive compared to some of the other stuff I had. And it was just a good Swiss Army knife guitar, the HSH, so I could get a good, mellow jazz tone out of this. So used to drink beer and eat pizza like all the time when touring at one point. Do you find you have more energy to play perform if you eat healthy or nah? I would probably recommend eating healthy and working out and doing all that. Um, pace yourself. We want you to do this a lot. It's great. Thank you. I will, Jimmy. I am going to pace myself. Um, yeah, Jimmy, I don't drink beer anymore. I do like pizza though. Uh, yeah, you guys are bending 45 God strings, Big D. That is right. What was somebody was saying something. Um, yeah, you definitely need to eat healthy if you can. And I don't recommend drinking beer and doing what I was doing on the road. But I was just trying to I was in survival mode at that time. So I was just doing whatever I needed to do to get through the shows. Merry Christmas, King in Crimson. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you. Oh, Montreal, Quebecois. Yes, sir. Glad to have you here, sir. I don't know why I say Quebecois. There was a skit. Anybody ever see Triumph, the insult comic? And he did a whole segment on Quebec. And he go Quebecois, Quebecois, separatiste, separatiste. So sometimes when I think of Canada, I just automatically my mind goes to that. This guitar desperately needs new strings, though. Here's the thing. Yes, Jack, you got it. Do you think in terms of notes or cage system or scales, Bo? Depending on what kind of solo it is, if the song is, only has a couple of chord changes, then I can pretty much just think of the neck and what different notes sound like. If the song has a lot of chord changes in it, then I'm going to think about, scales that relate and patterns and stuff that relate to that chord. So that's sort of a caged concept, but I'm not thinking caged is kind of thinking of everything as CAGED, but I'm thinking like D7 ideas. D7 ideas in that area of the neck and Mixolydian. And so it's kind of a hybrid approach. So yeah, Sir Pedro. I would go with the Sir first. Triads, sure. I'll think triads, but I can't really, there's different approaches. I'm scales first and chord tones second and chromaticism third and ideas licks that I've kind of got in different areas of the neck. It's a combination of all of those things. Obviously chord tones. If I'm trying to connect from one extreme chord to another extreme chord, and then I'm gonna think chord tones. I bet, Pedro, they've gotten very expensive here. I can remember when you could get a serve for like $2,500. I used to have like a model that was Merry Christmas, Skip. Glad to have you here. Oh, I know exactly why that is, Jack, because everything they do is written on the page and they don't improvise. I'll tell you a story. When I was in high school jazz band, I was the only guy in the band that could play a solo. And all the horn players were coming to me, goes, how do you do that? You're just playing a solo. And I said, well, at the time I couldn't really explain it, except I knew a major scale and I knew pentatonic scale and some blues licks. And that was enough to get me through a solo at the time. And I had soloed in garage bands, right? Playing in my garage bands. But these horn players had only ever read written parts. So if it wasn't written on the page, they couldn't play anything. Us ear players and us guys that grew up playing in bands, well, that's, sometimes I would play my own solo back in the day because I couldn't figure out what the guy was doing. So I had to improvise. That's how important the pinky is. Well, Terry, I think it's pretty important. There's a lot you can do with just these three fingers. But if you're going to have chromaticism and stuff like that, the pinky's important. And if you're going to do any stretches or anything like that, you can't do that with your third finger. I can't reach a D, A to a D with my pinky without causing severe hand pain. So, there are a lot of players that use three, and they use it very well, and they're good at it. The third finger is a lot stronger than the pinky, but I guess I have, yeah. I guess I have used the thumb every now and then, yeah. If I'm going this guitar's terribly out of tune. Let me see if I got something that's a little bit better in tune. Let's grab this thing, plug it in. Got pick. So yeah, if I'm gonna play, put a clean tone on. Okay. So if I'm gonna play, there's your thumb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll use the thumb, sure. And here's I'm sure all of you guys know. All of you guys know this. Everybody knows that, right? That's been like the main warm-up lick that I used for years. If you were trained, you learn chords. Soloing takes practice. Have to use your ears. As lead trumpet player, yeah, second trot was solo spot. Right on. Yeah, Free Bird. Right, something like that. Merry Christmas, Claude. Merry Christmas. So yeah, I mean, look, pentatonic. A lot of people play the pentatonic like, but if I'm not using, right, being able to play that, add the major scale to pentatonic to make it more versatile. Sure, add the minor pentatonic, the major pentatonic, and the major scale, and the modes of the major scale, and you could pretty much do a lot. I mean, you could do a lot of stuff, man. The only thing that I really add to that is the altered scale. And between that and the major scale, the modes of the major scale, and the pentatonic scales, that's pretty much all I use. I know the harmonic minor. Right? But I don't use that much. That's not, I'm just not in a place where I need to use it that much. Do you call it an altered scale? Yes. Let's see. Melodic minor up a half step from the 5 chord. I call it an altered scale. I don't know what it's a mode. It's a mode of the melodic minor scale. And what it does is it gives you something to play over your 2/5. So if you're right, so E minor, altered scale to right. That's really, I mean, that's probably about as complex as I get. And then anything else that I might do, okay, yeah, maybe sometimes I'll play diminished. Yeah. Sometimes I might play that. I could play whole tone, but I don't really use it that much. I'm not even really sure where I would use that or how I would use that. Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. I just use what I know. You know. Something that can really help you is, say, just being able to play A minor up the neck. Like a chord scale, right? Vol, how you doing? Looking for a low wattage all-tube Marshall amp for home recording? Don't like the modern ones with all the digital effects. Can you recommend one? I don't know that I'd recommend a Marshall. I'd recommend the 20-watt Friedman Runt. That's what I would do. But check it out. So if you know this is A minor. Right? Going up to this, which is just so. Right? Well, I'll use that exact same thing to play over D7. Hear the D in the bass? So if, I might play a chord scale. So, it gives you some movement. And then if, let's say I'm going, so E minor, and then go up and play the same thing up a minor third for this. And then resolve it. Right? It's just little tricks to make you sound like you know what you're doing, and give you something. You get pigeonholed. Here's the thing, man. You get pigeonholed as a rock guitar player, and people assume that you can't play funk, or you can't play R&B, or you can't play blues, or you can't play jazz, or whatever. And I hated that. I hated for a guy to look at me when I was a rocker and look at me and think that I wasn't going to be able to play. Oh, he can't really play. He all he plays is that wah 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 stuff. All he does is this, you know. And so I worked to be able to get up and make those guys eat their socks, eat their own shorts, right? Right? Because I didn't want to be, guys will judge you. They'll judge your playing, man. Yeah, that bow, being able to sing and knowing what stuff sounds like before you play it, that's a huge, huge thing. And you work to do that. Can you scat what you're playing? Right? Can you do that? Can you do the George Benson thing where you sing what you play? Right? Being able to do that is a huge thing. Yeah, it's like give me the night type stuff. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you, brother. I'm using right now, that's the Fesley FME 1000. That's the pedal I showed in my live last night. I'm working on that. I'm working on a demo. I'm going to do a demo of that pedal. And it's cool. It's got a looper in it. And it's got some good tones in it, man. So that's that. Sure, Bo. He's great. He's great. Great style. That picking, that stuff that he does. Ever play the Vince Guaraldi Trio, Charlie Brown Christmas stuff? I think I have played Chris. Da, 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 ba, 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 ba. I have played that. What did I get? This is what I got, and I got this. Like about a month ago. But this is what we agreed on. This is what I got from my wife, and I love this guitar. I've been playing this every day since I had it. It's taken the place of the telly that I used all the time, and I just like it, man. It's wild looking. I also got that. I got that pink Jackson. I bought that. I think Mia's gonna abscond with that. This guitar I showed you guys last night. This was $200, and I put in the live link yesterday. I put in a link to where you can get these, and yeah, this was This is this was an impulse buy, but this is a cool guitar. And this has got jumbo frets on it, bro. Jumbo, bro. But this is a micro. This is the Minion Rhodes. It's a miniature scale guitar. Yeah, I got to take it easy with this thing, man. Old guy like me. Merry Christmas. Do you ever let go of scales and their patterns and just use your ear? Of course. Of course. But I can't help but, latch on to things that I have. But the difference, the part where the improvisation really is the parts in between. When you're trying to connect ideas. When you're trying to connect ideas. Yes, this would be a great guitar for you, bro. It's great, and it plays great. I did two things. I lowered this pickup a little bit, and I raised this bridge on the E string just a little bit, and now it plays perfect. It needs a better set of strings on it. Merry Christmas, Lorne. Glad to have you here. And Sal, I find if I can connect with my ear, I sound more musical or melodic. Absolutely, Ansel. Absolutely. That is so true. I prefer 10 through 46, but I think that Charvel has 9s on it, and I know this has 9s on it. So, I can deal with 9s. Yes. Dude, I'll tell you a funny story. So one of the gigs that I was doing in Nashville was this it's kind of like a jazz dinner place. And I had this guitar that I was giving to a buddy of mine to hang up in his restaurant. It was a guitar that I'd used on the road. It was an Apocalypse Now. I think it wasn't a V shape. I think it was like an Explorer shape, and it had a Strat. It was a parts caster, and it had this crazy graphic on it with Apocalypse Now, Vietnam, and all this stuff on it. And I was giving it to my buddy to hang up in his restaurant, and he was playing this gig with me in this jazz bar. So I brought it to the gig. And I said, "Oh man, I got to go out to my car and get my guitar for the gig." And I walk in with this Apocalypse Now Explorer with this Strat headstock and this wild guitar. I go, "Here's my axe, bro." I was gonna play it on the jazz gig. So I thought that was absolutely hilarious, and the band leader got a kick out of it. But he knew there was no way that guitar was going to make it out on the stage, and it was actually kind of in unplayable condition at the time. But I thought about, if I do a demo of this guitar, I'll be like, "This is the most metal guitar in the world." And then, do a jazz demo of this guitar. That would be hilarious. You switch from 10s to 9s because of aging hands. I've done that. I've done that too, where I switched gauges because I was having some issues with my hands and stuff. But I found that just taking a little break for a little while helped my hands, and I went back to 10s. But I tell you what, playing with another guitar player in a band and hearing the guitars in the mix, it sounded to my ears that the 9s were cutting through the mix better. So just play what feels good to you. On certain guitars, I will use 9s because that's it just works for that guitar. If you got a guitar that's really stiff, sometimes putting the lighter gauge strings on it is the thing to do. Yeah, Bo. Rick Beato did that whole video, and I was kind of shocked by what they found. 9 through 42 is a good set. That's what I used all through the 80s. Yeah, they use, oh, BB used eights? Now that's crazy. Playing jazz with the Jackson is most genuine to me than playing death metal with my Hello Kitty guitar. Yeah. I just think, you can play anything on any guitar. I can roll the tone off of this and make it really dark. It seemed like those jazz guys, those old school jazz guys, they would roll the tone off on the guitar completely and just have this like muted like sound. You shouldn't have to fight guitars to play them. That's true, Bo. But like if I'm going to play the blues, I want a guitar that I got to fight a little bit because I got to get that gut wrenching torment. And so that's kind of my take, on that. Yeah, a Tele is a very versatile guitar. Yeah, I think you can play hard rock on a Tele too. I mean, it just depends on what pickups you have in the thing. John 5 seems to like him. Yeah, he's like the Tele guy. I think he just was searching for something different. And that's why he gravitated. Hey, if I play Teles, I'll be different. That'll set me apart from everybody else. So kudos to him, man. Kudos to him. Yeah, I need my Red Bull, bro. I need a Red Bull, bro. This guitar is just incredibly fun to play. It just is. Yeah, he used a Tele on the first Zeppelin album. Yeah, the intonation is good. And the tuning pegs are good. They're Jackson branded tuning pegs, Yeah, dude, I need a shower. I think that will wake me up. Yeah, Andy Summers is great. He's got a Tele Custom from back in the day. I need a shell pink Tele, Jack. I definitely need one. So Danny Gatton, I love Danny Gatton. Yeah, Ansel, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that. That is amazing. Thank you. And let me read what he says. Wishing you and your family a great Christmas with at least one more Red Bull. I need it, bro. I need it. I need a Red Bull right now, brother. I'm holding off on it because I got to go be with the in-laws, so I don't want to be bouncing off the wall. Yeah, well, if Lexi, if you get a Les Paul with low whine pickups, it is kind of like a Tele on steroids, but it's different, but it is because low whined humbucking pickups are brighter. So, that's the deal with that. CC, Merry Christmas to you. Yes. So, I'm a first rock drummer who plays acoustic guitar. I play left-handed accent drummer, right-hand guitar. Always strive for something uncomfortable. Yeah, man. How's Little Mia? Little Mia is doing great. She's had an amazing Christmas. It's been the greatest Christmas ever. And I just came on here to just hang with the musicians for a little while. And, knowing that, I'm helping people, Do you like PRS guitars? I do like them. They are very expensive, and they've gotten even more expensive. I remember when you could get a PRS in the early days for, I don't know, was $1,200 or $1,500? Now it's just imports, at the lower cost. But man, the imports are great. And now the S2 series has the US pickups. So you know. But here's the one problem with PRS. Most of American music is recorded. The classics are recorded with a Strat or a Tele or a Les Paul, and that's about it. So PRS has a different sound. They have their own sound. Now, a lot of the 90s metal and new metal and a lot of those 90s rock bands use PRS. So perhaps if you're going to play that stuff, PRS would give you the sound. If you're going to play Creed, a PRS is a perfect guitar for that. But a lot of the stuff that we grew up on was not recorded on a PRS. And while they are amazing guitars, they're underused in some situations because of that. If you want a big, thick, humbucking sound, people reach for a Les Paul. If you want a twangy, country-ish sound or a Stonesy, Keith Richards type sound, you're going to grab a Telecaster. If you want to sound like Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan or Eddie Van Halen, you play some kind of Strat. So that's a tough hill to climb until there's some amazing classic artist that's famous across the world. Now, John Mayer, he's become the PRS guy, and they are amazing guitars. And I would love to demo some PRS guitars on my channel. So PRS, send me some guitars. Make me eat my words. Make me want to sell my Telecaster. Send me one of those Teles that you guys make, those T-style guitars. I had a Jaguar. I had a 1965 Fender Jaguar that I bought at Carter Vintage. And I got a crazy good price on it. I think I paid like $2,200 for it. It was pretty beat up, but it was in very good playing condition. But it won't replace a Telecaster. It won't replace a Strat. It has its own sound. So I couldn't and I tried playing it on some of my Swiss Army knife type gigs, and it just didn't work. I played it one night. I played it on a whole gig, and it was like my hand was kind of cramping up from the side, from just the feel of it, and I couldn't get my blues tones out of it. It's its own thing. Yeah, Rich. I mean, I think they've got a lot of guitars that do have personality now, but it's not a common thing, But I will say this. I think PRS makes the best guitar, American-made guitar. I think quality-wise, I think they make the best. I think they do. What's your favorite of your guitars you go to the most? Let's see some. And what's your opinion on Ibanez guitars? Well, I just showed an Ibanez guitar that was my main guitar for gigging around Nashville the last year. And I've got a lot of guitars here. I've got a couple of Suhrs here. Pedro, Suhrs are great. Man, here's the thing, dude. If you need a guitar to do your band is recording an album or something, and you need a reliable guitar that plays in tune and sounds great and all that, then Funeral, glad to have you here, brother. Then get a Suhr. Yeah, I would get for me personally, because I like Strats, I would go with the Suhr. But PRS has that who's it? Mark Lettieri guitar, the Fiore or whatever it is. That's a really cool Swiss Army knife guitar. So, man, I would be happy. I would be happy with one of those to play a gig or something. He played it on an old Gibson, I believe, John. I believe so. I believe similar to what my great grandfather's guitar I have here. Let's see. Maybe I'll pull out one guitar and show you something, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's see, what do we got here that's something different. Don't really have anything different here. This is a cool guitar. I think I've showed this before, but man, one of the best builders in the country is Tom Anderson. If you like Sir guitars and stuff like that, these are incredible guitars. These are Swiss Army knife guitars. They're modern guitars. They play perfectly. This guitar, you could actually raise the action on this, but you see it's an HSH. It's got a ton of different sounds. You got your Strat. And then you got your humbucking neck sounds, and you got your bridge, you got your twang and all that. These are beautiful guitars, very well made, a little flashier than some of the Sir stuff. Sir is tending to be a little more in the traditional Strat category. And for Pedro out there, this is the Pedro guitar. This is a Pedro special. This is a great guitar. Sir with a sick, absolutely sick roasted flame maple neck. Yeah, this Pedro, this is what you need. You could find one of these used. Good Strat tones. This needs new strings too. Okay, tone knobs all the way. Right, beautiful, beautiful axe, beautiful. And this was kind of, they did this as a kind of like an 80s like thing. This was kind of a, but they were blowing these out at this is the Pedro special. And I've got another Sir around here that was my serious playing guitar for a long time. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that. It's another Pedro special. Let's see if we can get that. No, that's not it. Not in there. Yeah, I don't know where this thing is. Yeah, I don't know. I've got another Sir somewhere, but I gotta find it. That's not in there. Nothing up my sleeve. Let me see. Maybe it's in this. Nope. Yeah, I'm not sure where that sucker is. This is something. That's the tease. Maybe it's in here. Maybe it's in this gig bag. Let's see. We'll do guitar mystery tour. I don't even know what's in here. Let's see what's in here. Okay. This is a super cool guitar for my historical reasons. This is the guitar. This is a Zion Turbo. This is a company that made handmade super Strats back in the day. This is the guitar that I took out to LA when I was a kid. And I played this on the Sunset Strip, and I played this at the Whiskey and all those different places. And this is the beat up Zion guitar. You'll see some of the pictures from back in the day. And I'm playing this guitar. Now, I don't play it anymore. The neck is a lot thinner, and the frets are been filed down to where it's very low, frets. You see it's got cracks where the Floyd, back in those days, they would drill the Floyd through the neck. And you see that's caused some some cracks and stuff on the back. This is the Floyd Rose is all rusted out. This was my old guitar. I got a Yankee sticker. Now back in the day, I had a different sticker that was a little more offensive than that. But this was my old Sunset Strip, one of my Sunset Strip guitars, and the only guitar I have from back in those days still. So let's see what it's that one. Yeah, this one. This traveled all the way from Virginia. I bought this in a store in Virginia, and it used to have it when I bought it. It had EMGs in it, but I took there's this one doesn't have blood, but I do have one that has blood on it. This is original Floyd Rose. They don't make them like this anymore. These bridges, and as it was, yeah, yeah. I imagine you did, Jimmy. Uh, this was, I think this was $900 in 1983 or 84. I think this was like $900, and this was a handmade parts caster, and I just liked it, man. It had the black pick guard and the ebony neck, and but that's spray paint. That was me frustrated one day and just hung over, and I just sprayed a couple squirts of spray paint on it, and that's why the headstock looks like that. But this said Zion. So this was a cool guitar back in the day, like I said, but it's pretty much just a relic of the past now, and the only thing I have from back in those days. So yeah, I relic this one the old-fashioned way, playing it. You can see it's got dings on it. This was covered. The sticker was to cover a ding. And so you can see this is just, and it's aged. It was bright white. This was a sticker or something that I stuck on it, and that's all tweaked out. And you can see these are non-matching because the original ones had worn out, or I lost them, or purged these off of something. So yeah, I was wanting to show this guitar on this channel for that reasons, because this is the only guitar I have back from those days, and I've been able to hold on to it that long. And the crazy thing is, because I don't play it. I mean, man, the action is just it's really low. It needs a lot of work. It's one of those guitars now that would need constant work to get it to just play. But it and back when I had it, back when I had this back in the day, on the strip, the bar broke. So I would still lock it down and use the Floyd Rose. But if I want, there's video of me soloing on this. And every time I want to use the Floyd, I just yank up on the bridge. So I just do that because I couldn't afford it. It was $50 to replace this bar. The parts were so expensive. And at one point in time, I had hand-wound pickups here. There was a guy named Red Rhodes that was a pickup winder, but he was a steel guitarist who had played on, what was the guy from the Monkees, the guitar player, Mike Nesmith. He had played on Mike Nesmith's album. This guy was a session guy out in LA that played pedal steel. And he worked for Groove Tubes, and he would wind his own pickups that were called, what were they called? Velvet Hammer. And so I went to him one time and said, hey, can you I want some pickups, some Strat pickups that are funky. Can you put some of your pickups in there? So he put Velvet Hammers in there. I don't know. I took them out at some point and put these Duncans in there. But yeah, this guitar, if it could talk, it would have quite a story to tell. But man, I'm glad I dug this out. I'm looking for stuff, and I'm not sure where everything is. And finding this though is, yeah, the Velvet Hammer's funeral. Yeah, that was and Joan Jett, her main stage guitar has Velvet Hammer pickups in it. So there were several people that got guitars from that, got pickups from that guy, but he's long since passed. He worked for Groove Tubes back in the day, and I used to take my amps to him. He would retube and bias my amps, and did some work on my guitars, and that's the deal. But this is the Zion Turbo, the last remnant guitar of my old days back on the Sunset Strip. But man, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And man, I just wanted to share this fellowship with everybody. And come on here, I'm going to go get dressed here in a minute. And I just want to thank everybody for your support and watching this channel, and having a great time, man, because I always have a good time when I get to come on here and chat with you guys. Thanks, Paul. Everybody have a great day. Ansel, thank you so much for the super chat. Everybody had an amazing Christmas, and I will see you guys very soon. Alexi, thank you so much. Thank you, Christian. Yes, indeed. I agree. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Great content from you guys as well. Thank you so much. And everybody have a wonderful Christmas. I'll see you soon. Take care. Pedro, Shadow, Claude, everybody have a great one.